Hey, good evening, all. I thought I would come, excuse me, I thought I would come live to you this evening. It's been a while to talk to you a bit about awakening. So, as you know, I have been working in mentoring and coaching, and I am a spiritual coach and mentor. I also support people in their business and I work with high performance mindset. But at the end of the day, I started the work I do now because I went through a massive awakening myself a couple of years ago. So, on this channel, I want to talk about awakening. I want to talk about how it impacts our life, our businesses, our relationships, and our love. And awakening is not child's play, right? So, what inspired me to talk to you tonight about awakening is that I have been hearing from so many of my clients recently, and so many people who are probably clients to be, and people who I speak with on a regular basis about the experience they're having at this time going through awakening. So, I wanted to share with you some of the signs of an awakening, and I wanted to share with you some of the symptoms, and I wanted to just give you some support, some guidance, some advice in terms of how you can manage your awakening and make it a little bit less painful as you go through this journey of cracking open and becoming the person that you're meant to become. So, some of the things that people start to experience when they're going through awakening is pain, right? So, physical pain in their body, pain in the chest, which is usually connected to our heart chakra because our heart is starting to flex and wants to open up. The heart is directly linked to abundance. The heart is directly linked to all of the wonderful, prosperous things that we are creating in our lives. So during awakening, many times people have a lot of pain in their chest and in their heart area. Some people may start to develop some sort of infections or weird problems with their blood or in their bodies that are a bit unexplainable. And a lot of the time, it's our body's way of starting to release anger, resentment, injustice, bitterness, things that we've held on to from this lifetime, our childhood, things that have happened throughout 20s, 30s, 40s, depending on your age, and even sometimes traumas from past lives. So all of this is stuff that can be rectified, but it actually starts to come to the surface during awakening. Many people will start to feel pain in their head and get like excruciating headaches or have pain in their joints really badly. And particularly with the head, many people going through awakening are starting to experience an expansion of their intuition, or what we would call your connection to the universal energy, divine source energy, guidance, your spirit guides, source, whatever, source energy, right? Your intuition is opening up. The energy that fuels your human body, your soul, is trying to carve out a direct connection for communication. But why? Why is all of this happening? Okay. Why awakening? Why is this part of our human condition, particularly at this day and age? And the reason is because those who are going through awakening are being called to serve their higher purpose. It's not always a choice. And I always like to remind people there is a very fine line between taking the path of awakening and taking the path of a nervous breakdown. Okay. Which is why I do the work I do. And I felt called tonight for some reason, someone needs to hear this to get the message out that there's a very fine line between I'm losing my mind and I'm having a nervous breakdown and I don't know if I'll ever recover. And I'm being called to live into my purpose. I'm being called to live into my higher mission. I'm being called to live into my awakening so that I can serve here on earth and create my legacy on this planet, which is so far from the person you probably are today that it's terrifying, it's scary. You don't know why you've been chosen. Why me is a question a lot of people ask. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to go through this? Here are some of the answers, okay? You chose this. You can also choose not to live into your purpose. but you will probably always feel like there's a part of you missing, or you may spend your life taking different medications or numbing out your deep inner knowing. Okay. Here's the thing that makes awakening so painful, in addition to the physical pains that people manifest, is that one of the symptoms of awakening is that your belief systems start to break down. Everything that used to be your life doesn't work anymore. And that includes friends, sometimes your family, many times your job or the work that you do. It could be the town you live in, the village you live in, or the city you live in. But what starts to happen is that your reality starts to crumble, and it sucks and it hurts and it's painful. And you will start to be shown and amplified, the universe will amplify all of the things that you need to start developing and letting go of and working on and shifting in your energetic field in order to live into the person that you are being called forward to become. Now, if anyone is listening to this, if this sounds like something you're going through, please share with me your stories. Feel free to send me an email. I would love to hear about what you're going through, because the more that I can support people on their awakening, the more I live into my purpose. All right. I went through an intensive awakening about 4 or 5 years ago, where I had to give up my business. I realized that my life in London, which was pretty amazing, was no longer working. I had to change a lot of my friends. They're still my friends, but everything changed. All of my behaviors, all of my beliefs, all of my values, everything I wanted in life. It was like everything just stopped and stood still and crumbled before my very eyes. And I needed to make a very strong decision to hang in there and keep going so that I could live into my future, live into my purpose and my mission, even though I didn't know what that was. So here's another symptom of awakening that a lot of people start experiencing: dreams. Really intensive dreams that are giving you experiences, messages. Dream interpretation is a great way to start working through these dreams that are happening to you. I'm happy to hear about your dreams. I do dream interpretation, luckily. So I was able to interpret a lot of my dreams. I also sought out a team of spiritual guides and mentors and people that I could talk to about what I was going through. There's also a massive opening up of intuition, which is what all the dreaming is about. So some people have intensive dreams, or you'll start to have really strong visions in your mind where you see pictures, or you have a knowing about something that's going to happen, or you'll hear messages in your ear, or you'll start to feel like a nausea when you're in situations that you're not meant to be in, or you'll feel illness when you're around different energies that are not meant for you, that are not taking you on your path. You physically will not be able to do the things that you're not supposed to be doing in order to follow your path and mission. And again, guys, I just want to remind you, this is not a choice, right? Awakening is serious stuff. It's the real deal. So, how do we work with that? How do we start to manage these symptoms? Because they're so intense. You might start to notice strange and awkward situations where you're almost like in two realities at the same time, and you feel like you're sort of shifting between dimensions, right? Sounds a bit nutty. Not if you're going through an awakening, not if you're an enlightened, awakened human being who's living into their mission and purpose. People who accept their awakening start to live with this. It doesn't continue to be that intense for as long as it feels like it is during the years of your awakening. So, how do we manage our awakening? So, the first thing I want to recommend to everyone who is experiencing these intensive emotions, these intensive feelings, and it's like you're on a roller coaster and your whole life is falling apart and you're scared and you have no idea what's happening and you think you're going crazy. Just try to breathe. I know that's like terrible advice. It's great advice, actually. Relax. I would recommend that you try to find as much time as you can to seek quiet and solitude. And I encourage you to cut out all of the things in your life that you do not absolutely have to do and start to just let yourself be with yourself. Let yourself process. Okay? One of the things I can recommend is sending yourself so much unconditional self love and acceptance, accepting yourself for everything, for the dark night of the soul, for all of the things you don't like, for all of the pain that's coming up, for all of the insecurities, for all of the fears, for all of the doubt. Just accept it all. Just be with who you are, be with yourself. Know that this too shall pass. Know that this is a moment in time. And you can start to affirm, I accept my mission. Show me the guidance. Show me the way. Now, on that note, if another symptom that you're experiencing is racing thoughts and constant floods of ideas and guidance, and maybe you're having psychic visions and you're just freaking out, you can't sleep, you're exhausted, this is all part of awakening, guys. Like, I would say almost everyone who goes through awakening has these periods. They too shall pass. But I highly recommend that you put your hands up and you say no to your guides. I love you. Thank you for trying to get through to me. But just give me a moment here because I'm human. I need to sleep. I need to drink some water. I need to eat a little bit of food, eat fresh food, eat healthy food, eat live food, salad, fruit, nuts. I would recommend staying away from meat, dairy, cheese, and any kind of sugars or processed foods that lower your vibration. And try to just take it easy, relax. Know that you are being guided. Know that you are being led to speak to people who are here to support you, whether it's me or anyone else. Do a Google search. You will know when the right person comes across your path, and you will know to reach out, to make a suggestion. You're going to feel touched because when you awaken, your intuition and your sensory ability goes into overload. You start to feel things. You might be awakening to being a healer. You might be awakening to being a teacher. You might be awakening to being a world leader or some sort of a leader in your own capacity and your community and your city and your country. Your future is so amazing and so bright. You have no idea what's in store for you. So stick with it. Hang in there. If you want to book a call, scroll down to the link in my YouTube video here. It's going to take you to a website where there's a bit about my bio. Yes, I run a program. Yes, my link is going to say info about my program. Yes, you can book that link and book a call with me. And I am more than happy to provide you with a session to talk to you about what the hell is going on in your life and to help give you some guidance and some love and some support so that you feel like you're grounded back on earth and you can actually get through this. Okay? Thank you so much. And I wish everyone a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to reading your comments, and I will see you soon.